Eric Bird here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight we're going to talk about make your money work for you, ladies and gentlemen, or you can simply create a business and always stay ahead of inflation. We're going to talk about this and so much more. And by the way, if you've never started a business or even did an LLC, I'm just going to go over to sunbiz.org. That's always the easiest way to do it because you can do it online. You can actually get your LLC started right now. And you can get an EIN number before 9 p.m. Eastern usually, or the next day. Either way, you can have that intact. Then you can use Opus. But let's get into it because welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream where it's members only that can be in the chat room. Stop struggling now. Gear, check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, thank you so much for being here. And please share the videos because you never know who is looking for valuable information. Also, in case I didn't say it clear enough, on Wednesday night live stream, only members with the icon can be in the chat room. Everybody else, well, they can watch. That means you can watch. So if you can't get in the chat room, there's a reason why, because you would have to be a member of the channel to get here. And also notice in the chat room, I dropped a link to Beachfront Java. That's right, Beachfront Java, ladies and gentlemen. And our own Professor Auntie Val and family is doing Beachfront Java. The kicker here is after your first order, if you use the promo code SSN Lifestyle, all capital, all one word together, then you receive 10% off after your first order. So when you place your first order, put in the promo code SSN Lifestyle, all one word, all caps preferred. Also, it's premium blend coffees, drip ground, fine ground, and whole bean premium blend coffee. 1 pound bags, half-pound bags, 3-pound bags, 5-pound bags. Indonesia, Africa, South America, Central American premium blend beans with the Ziploc bag to keep it nice and fresh. And did I mention Keurig? So you don't leave out the Keurig for coffee, but also now added tea. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, antioxidants, a little caffeine in the morning never hurts anybody to get your day started. And go check out the tea now. And just in time for the holidays, has some special holiday blends regarding coffee. So go check out beachfrontjava.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now let's get into it tonight because this is going to be very, very simple. This could possibly be very, very short tonight. Now, what we're going to talk about is, first things first, I'm just going to bring this up on the screen. Let's go here. This is unbelievable for a business. Rite Aid filing bankruptcy, losing $1 billion in months before bankruptcy filing. Drugstore chain Rite Aid revealed it lost more than $1 billion in months before it filed for bankruptcy. The company issued a warning to investors that said it may not be able to keep its business running. Can you believe this? This is outrageous. Rite Aid has struggled to compete with its larger embedded funded rivals and has also faced a slew of litigations related to the opioid epidemic. Hey, you guys, sometimes doing what's right is better than making a profit. Lesson number 1. Doing what's right is better than making a profit sometimes. Rite Aid lost more than $1 billion in months before it filed for bankruptcy. Once again, I'm not going to repeat it, but this is crazy. 5.65 billion in revenue and a net loss of 1 billion. Okay. This is interesting. We're talking about billions of dollars that their revenue of revenue, and they're still having to file bankruptcy. You know why? Just like they said, competing against CVS, Walgreens, not only are you competing against them, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you have to think about when you're starting your own business. What is going to happen? And oh, by the way, make sure you smash the like button out here, ladies and gentlemen. That will help out greatly. Now, here's the other thing about this tonight that you're going to have to remember. Rite Aid, CVS, Walgreens are all being inundated by the get it quickly crowd. What I mean is you don't have to go to Walgreens or CVS or Rite Aid. You can order it, unfortunately, through Amazon and possibly have it delivered today, tomorrow, the next day, or the same day. Like I was saying, with Amazon Prime next day. Walgreens, eBay, they're also joining where you can get things same day by pickup, same day, you know it's there, same day delivery, next day delivery. They are in that game. Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, unfortunately, they're not in the game. So when you're starting your business, you have to think about your competition. You just don't go, well, I'm just going to start a business. You have to think about the competition, ladies and gentlemen. That's just the way it is. Your competition is trying to eat your lunch every day that you're out here playing around. They've played around for years. They've had years to change their model, just like Netflix and Blockbuster. When Blockbuster said, ha, 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 we're not going to buy you, Netflix, because who's going to do the streaming? Netflix was telling them, why would people go to pick up these VHS tapes and buy VHS, VCR machines when they already have a computer at home on the internet and they already have phones? And it's only going to start getting better and better with the data. So if we can stream, and then we'll have unlimited titles online, even the old titles that you have here. Nobody needs to come out of their house. They said, no, we don't see that future. Laugh, laugh. Get out of our office. In fact, we'll lowball you with an offer. And of course, Netflix said, hell no. And the rest is history. They're out of business, ladies and gentlemen. Victor Marrero's in the house this evening. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday Night Live stream. He has the icon next to his name, and he brings his tagline this evening. It says, hello all, let's do this. And that's what we try to do here, ladies and gentlemen. No matter how it goes, we try to help you out, and we help you out with real world information and advice. Not only me, we have exceptional people inside the SSN Nation who are here in the chat room on every live stream, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, who can also put in their knowledge and information that can help you out. So, Victor Marrero, thank you so much for being here. Very nice to see you this evening. It looks like it's only me and you for now, and a few other people that are online that are not members of the channel, but it's okay. The show still goes on. I guess they didn't like my document dumps the other day on Monday. I dropped, what, 3 or 4 videos on Monday. YouTube didn't react very well to that. They were like, holy smokes, what's he doing? I said, well, you know, hell, we don't get that many views anyhow, so why don't I just do a data dump? And it's funny as hell. Anyhow, Professor Auntie Val, the woman of the hour that I mentioned at the top of the hour, and Beachfront Java family, here she is. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday Night Live stream. She started her businesses. That's right. You want to know something else? She's here with the icon next to her name. And again, thank you so much for being here on the Wealthy Wednesday Night Live stream with the icon next to your name. And she says her tagline, good evening, fam, and shows the heart, the strength, and a cup of Beachfront Java with that promo code SSN Lifestyle to get 10% off for life after your first order. That's right. Your first order, you can't get the 10% off, but everyone thereafter for life, you get it, ladies and gentlemen. So you got to love that. All right. Thank you so much, Professor Antival. Jawway J, another person that's creating his businesses. And what businesses? He's trying to do the short term or long term rental business on one of the most awesome islands in the Caribbean. And it has the highest tourist numbers in all of Latin America, except for when you add in Mexico. Now, let's get into it with Jawway J, and welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. He has the icon next to his name as well. And he says his tagline this evening: Hello, SSN Nation. Hope everyone is doing well. Yes, everyone's doing well so far. We were just talking about the Rite Aid, and welcome again. Rite Aid filing bankruptcy, earning billions of dollars a year, but they still have not mastered the overnight delivery. I still don't understand what the problem is here, because you know what I would do if I have $5 billion and I'm spending, I don't know, $1 billion a month, whatever that expenditure is. Was it a month? Let's go look. I can't remember if it was a month or not, or was that just the here we go. Or was it the quarter? It was the quarter. 5.65 billion in revenue and a net loss of 1 billion. See, there's a lot of things in play here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to start a business, does it make sense where people can just come in and rob you? That's what's happening these days. People are just walking in groups like gangs and saying, you know what, we're just going to clean out this most expensive section, which is usually the higher profit margins. So we run out. Now what? You have to replace it. You have damage in the store, which now costs you more money for that. So then you just up and close stores and leave. People lose their jobs, managers, lower management, normal employees, part-time employees. The building now sits empty. Nobody wants to rent it, because if you're another business, that would be silly of you to rent that same location, right? So now no big time, big box guys are coming. So you're going to have to settle for the mom and pops that's only going to pay you like $20,000 to $35,000 a year. See how it works? So what type of business should you be in is what you have to consider. Can I get it to the customer relatively easily? Am I going to be part of the having a problem like a lot of businesses where people can come in and just take things and steal and leave because you as a mom and pop can't afford where something 10% of your inventory is gone? You can't live with that. You need that for profit. You have slim profit margins to begin with. All right. So think about those type of things, because it's getting really, really crazy out here. And all I can tell you is you have to be prepared for it. We live in a third world country, ladies and gentlemen. You just don't know it yet. And yeah, after Monday night or during Monday's live stream, you guys know we got the little shadow ban stuff happening. They didn't like my take on that Middle East situation, and they just said shut down all his stuff. But it doesn't matter. The show still goes on, and nobody shuts down all our stuff, because you know why? Because we make passive income. We make our money work for us. So we got good news. George's Charles is in the house, and I was just getting ready to say, I see he's here. He's going to be talking about it in a second. But first, let's talk to E. White. Another emerging millionaire is here. He's in the building. He said, yes, I too am going to do some short-term, long-term rentals. Why? Because let's just put it this way. I'm going to welcome him to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday Night Live stream. And he, of course, has the icon next to his name, because that means he's a member of the channel, and he's the only one, along with others with the icon that can be in the chat room. He brings his tagline. It says, good evening, SSN family. Money green, ink, pen, and pad ready. There we go, E. White. E. White has been listening. E. White has been going with the Emerging Millionaire Plan. Oh, by the way, the Emerging Millionaire Plan is part of the SSN Nation, SSN Academy, the No Guru Zone. We don't charge for ebooks. We don't have any courses. We don't charge for webinars. But what we do charge for is when we're going to the SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Real Estate Investors and Business Forum, where we have big time people in the house, November 6th through the 8th, 2023. You know what? I don't even have this in the chat room, or I don't even have it down below in the description box. So we're going to have to add that, right? Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. We got to do two things here. Whoa, okay. We got to do two things, and then I'll get right back with this. Hold on. First things first. If you'd like to join us, and lawyers and inspectors, and go and check out some projects and talk to a banker, you need to come and join to find out this and so much more. All right, in the chat room, go check it out. But E. White, thank you so much. Oh, and by the way, phase 3, Macau Hills, it's out, and unbelievably, they just added about $5,000 to the price. Yes, 117 is a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath villa at Macau. I do not have the brochure. They did not release the brochure. This is weird. So I don't even know where Macau Hills 3 is. All right. But all I know is, hold on a second. Hold on. Some people have these things. Hold on a second. Let's do this. Let's do it this way. Hold on. I got to pull it up. I have to pull it up. Then I can tell you for sure. I just briefly looked at it because it wasn't really anything of major for me. It looks like I can't right now. My phone is I gotta go look somewhere else. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, it's out. So if you want a low price project, and again, I've been hit up, and I gotta tell you guys, when we're making your money work for you, part of making your money work for you is planning before you actually start your business or start getting into whatever endeavor you're planning on getting into. That's when you win. It's a lot easier if you have other people paying your way. So that's why Airbnb became so popular. Short-term rentals became so popular. You have a free room or you have an extra house sitting somewhere, then it made perfectly good sense to rent it out. And otherwise, you weren't making any money for that extra free room or two, and you weren't making any extra money for that house sitting there for the 2 years or 2 months or 3 months that you visit if it's a vacation home. So why wouldn't you rent it out for the other 8, 9 months? Previously, that was zero you could get, other than putting an ad in like a Facebook or Craigslist or something like that. But forget all that. You want protection. Georges Charles is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation. Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. He too has what he's going to say, because he's another emerging millionaire in the house. He says, hello, all. I smell money in here. And yes, I got the dividends. It's free money. There we go. It knew, like I said, 1 or 2 days, it'll happen. It all depends on how they clear it or whatever. They deal with different companies. So there you go. No worries. Just always remember, sometimes people get it ahead of you. This happens a lot. It's no big deal. It's coming. They're happy to send you dividends, especially when you can sit there and promote them. So congratulations, Georges Charles, on getting that 35 or 40 or 50% return. And in case people don't know, we do have our money working for us. Why? Because you bought TSLY. Why? Because you bought, hold on a second, APLY. Why? Because you bought InScreen now. This is what we're talking about, the YieldMaxETFs.com. We've talked about this now for every live stream now, because you can't hold back, ladies and gentlemen. When somebody's saying 13, 15, but 15%, 13%, 20%, and you would start laughing. But when somebody tells you your money is working for you and you're making like 30%, 35%. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like I got booted. Here we go with the gremlins again. It's okay. We're going. Like I said, I went off on Monday, so you know the gremlins are going to be coming back. Nonetheless. All right, Victor, I got it. Exactly. George's Charles Gray. It took a couple of days until the cleared. Yep, exactly. That's all it was. Nothing major. It's free money. How many shares you got? That's personal, man. All right. I think it was Brian P that has, well, I don't know how many shares he has. All I know is I think he said he put like $10,000 in one of these things or a combination. But either way, he's making 30 to 50%, $3,000 to $5,000 this year. And it's, if you reinvest, it actually ends up being more than that. So it's very interesting. So whatever that is, I don't know. That's like 1,000 shares. I think he's got like 1,000 shares, something like that, something crazy. Wow. SSN Nation, who has a project or unit that will be ready by next year? Mr. and Mrs. Cool, Laverne Penix, Maria Barnes, they should have their place available. Everybody else, if you're in the first phase at the beach, your delivery is going to be in the next, well, now and for the next 6-7 months. The first 6 buildings I'm referring to at the beach downtown. If you own it Primavera, or if you decide to buy it in Primavera Villa, then yours is going to be done in 2024. I'm trying to think. There's other smaller projects that'll be done in 2020, like Wave Garden, River Island at Atlantida. Well, maybe not River Island, but their first phase. Some of that's going to be done next March, April, somewhere in there. So there's going to be a few. It's not, but Vista Cana. Oh, we got a lot. I got to make a separate video about this. All right. Oh, and who's going to be there November 6th through the 8th? Also, an inspector. This is going to start being very important. Lawyer, inspectors, and everything, because I'm hearing reports that some of these projects that are being made are not up to standards. Like I said, now it's time to start making these guys, hold them accountable, putting in a brochure, international standards. I'm like, what international standards are we talking about here? Are we talking about Middle East, where it's war torn all that damn time? Is that what we're talking about? Or are we talking about America, Canada, Eurozone? What are we talking about here? All I'm saying, okay, we'll talk about that. I'm making a video about it. I got to talk to a few people and see if they're going to come on. I actually want to do a live stream about it, but I don't know if they want to actually come on and talk about it because they actually have some lawsuits with some of the developers. So it makes things very, very interesting. I'm not happy to hear this, but now I need an inspector. Now I really, really need an inspector. And George's Charles from Victor, working on my 1K. My goal is 3K, which gives you $2,000 per month dividends. Once you pass the 1K share markets when it takes off exponentially crazy. Exactly. So again, if you want to make your money work for you, what we're talking about is yield max ETFs. When you're earning 30, 40, 50% annually. That's right. You heard me, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's crazy, right? Look here on the screen. Oh, they don't even have, they only go back now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. They did go all year, so we would have been able to figure it out. But that's very interesting. Oh, hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. I have to add this screen back. When we got disconnected, it took the screen off. Okay, here we go. Here it is. This is what they're excited about. This here is APLY. So dividends came out in the last 2 days, $47 or 47 cents per share. Okay, so far this year, in the last 6 months, it's not even this year, you would have like 28, 63. So why don't we just call that 90? Then we'll call that 145. We'll call that 167. So we'll call this $2.10. All right. So here's the deal. APLY stock, just for all the investors, we're going to divide $2.10 by $18.74 and $2.10 divided by 18.74. 11.2%, except there's one little problem. As you see on the screen, or shall I say, hold on a second. I have to go back. As you see on the screen, this didn't include January, February, March, April, nor May, as I recall. Let's go look and see what. Oh, that's not it. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Whoa, what happened? Okay, I have to go look. Where are we here? Quarter, month. What's happening? Okay, did I skip it? Oh, yes, I did. Here we go. Look, that's June. Doesn't even include January, February, March, April, May. 5 months. What if the 5 months did this? Which they probably did. So you had $4 and something. And if we do $4, then it would just be double, be 22%. Does anybody not like that? And they're talking about 30% overall. So if it continues the next 3 months, you're going to have 5 is what it's going to end up being. Not 5 or 6. It'll probably be like uh, will be four. Yeah, it might be 5. It'll be solid, ladies and gentlemen. For every you may be saying, okay, Eric, get on with some other stuff. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to do some things in the background real well. I think I am real quick. I had some updates going on, and unfortunately, it looks like it's taking its toll. I should have cleared everything when the updates came. All right. Now, I put the emoji on to see if that matters. See if it takes away from the software. Anyhow, we're back on screen. I have the 4.6. Look what's happened in the last 6 months. 75, 95 is 170. This makes 250. This makes 340. This makes roughly $4.10. So that's very interesting, right? So what I'm going to do here is let's go look. Let's see what was it, NVDY? What's the stock price for NVDY? $20. So we're at 20% right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we're at right now. So again, what can I say? That's how this is going. Looking pretty good. Now we know you look at all these different ones. Amazon. Oh, there's Clips also. So where's Clips at? We've never looked Clips stock. Is this the one? Clip, and it's no dividend yield. That's interesting. Clip dividend. Let's see what they say. We know there's dividends. 57. Holy smokes. We haven't talked enough about Clip. KLIP for everybody on podcast. You want your money to turn over rapidly? How long is Clip going to give you this rate of return? If it's 1 year, you're happy. Look at this. This is insane. $1, $2, $3. 460. This is 540. About 540 right now. And the annual dividend is $9.98, damn near $10. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, what is the stock price? I wasn't paying attention. Stock price, stock ex dividend. Wait, what's that? Oh, they didn't even include the August and September on this list. So they're well in advance. They're probably at 6, 7, 8. They're probably at $8 right now. That's pretty crazy. Okay, let's go back to Clip. Hopefully you guys can see this. Where's KLIP? That's crazy. That's insane. Crane shares, $17. That's over 50%. Wow. Interesting. Said something about Chinese internet and cell strat. Oh, okay. All right. I can't be mad at them for that. You guys know this, right? You guys know I can't be mad about this. Please smash the like button if you can hear my voice. Everybody on podcast, smash the follow and like button as well. I greatly appreciate it. All right, let's go. Victor, I got it. A couple days till it cleared. It's free money. Then we talked about the shares. Georges Charles says, I got 100 shares. Raydel Cabezas is in the house. Another emerging millionaire, loving it in the DR. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. He has the icon next to his name. And in case you can't get into the chat room, there's a reason. Only members with the icon on Wednesday night can be in the chat room. Part of the membership perk. By the way, he brings his tagline this evening. Good evening, SSN Nation. Watching and learning as always. All right, Raydel Cabezas, much appreciated with your support and being here. Victor Marrero, after I retire early next year, I'm looking at taking a portion of my 401k to buy the remaining to get me to 3K. That way I look at it. This will be another retirement check. Exactly, Victor Marrero. That's exactly right. He's doing it right, ladies and gentlemen, plotting, making his plan, making his move. He's retiring later this year, so he's going to have a few retirement checks. But in the meantime, he's saying, I'm going to make my money work for me. And then, since he has nothing else to do during his retirement time, and since, everything is on social media, he might go out here and break up a drone footage of wherever he travels around And that always brings in a very nice crowd. So hopefully all that goes well. And then he'll be in these YouTube streets or wherever streets with his video being shown and making another extra streams of revenue that way too. George's Charles, Victor. Nice, Victor. It's real, folks. Free money. Yeah. People have been getting it from a year probably. We're a little bit behind the curve. Victor Morero, Brian P's been getting it for like 8, 9, 10 months. I don't know how long, but they've been cashing in. That's APLY from YieldMax, also a great option. And I have some of that as well. However, my strategy is to load up on TSLY first and use TSLY income for monthly expense, or to buy QQQ and SPY. Hey, why not buy QQQ and SPY? The going 9% annually generally. Powell's going to come out tomorrow. So now you have things that you can invest in. TSLY seems to be better loading up. Exactly. You can't go wrong. Look, there's an inherent risk whenever you have high returns. I just question, how long can they do this? That's the $1 million question, right? So you might want to put in some stop loss numbers. In other words, what I'm trying to say is, in case you woke up and they said we're not going to give out dividends anymore or something, the stock price will drop like a rock before you wake up. So all I'm saying is, if you have a price, you should put a price point in. If it drops below there, then you sell, or you got to do something, because if it drops 50%, sure, you made all these dividends, but that's no good if your $1,000 that you put in turned into $500, and then you only got like $75 to $100 worth of dividends. All right. So I'm just saying, make plans. All right, here we go. $7.93 per share for the year in dividends on TSLY. Wow, exactly. And here's Clip. It's paying 75 cents per share with a 45.31% dividend yield. Not bad at all. And I also want some of that. Everybody should want one of that. Eric, lagging bad. Uh-oh. He says we're lagging. That's all right. Here's what we're going to do. What I'm going to do is a couple of things. Let me see how far I'm lagging behind. Hold on. We're going to take some things off. We're going to start the cam up again. Let's see. Hopefully I'm not lagging any longer. I'm hoping not. Anyhow, we'll see how this parade goes. Damn, Clip. Yes, KLIP is another one. Pen, pad, and paper ready. Excellent. That's the plan. In fact, taking my drone to Punta Cana next week. We're also going to Las Terranas this Sunday. I will send you the drone videos of those two beautiful places. Yes, Las Terranas, north of Samana, on the ocean, North Shore. Another highly sought after place for the Zen crowd. All right. Not a big city, kind of small, perfect. So again, we're talking make your money work for you, ladies and gentlemen, and smash that like button. I have another announcement to make. Tomorrow, I'll be dropping a video about a company that's going to have, well, you guys heard about them, Tomo. They come up with Tomo Boost now. They have plans where they give you like 2 months backdated history. Then they'll do, but it costs you though. They're not doing out the kindness of their heart. Then you can pay a monthly plan. They'll go back 12 months. The other monthly plan, they'll go back 2 years. For all the people who are looking to buy something on debt and you need 2 years worth of backdated information, well, this will come in handy. $30,000 at the high end. It's a monthly fee. $20,000 for the most popular one, and $1,000 for the low end one. But here's the kicker. It goes by how much you pay. Let's say you pay Netflix, Hulu, Prime, rent, your electric bill, your gas bill, whatever that costs annually, that's what they make a revolving trade line on. So most people, after I just announced those things right there, would say, wait, the cap is going to be $3,000. So if you pay more than $2,500, which a lot of people do on a revolving monthly basis, Well, guess what? You'll have a $30,000 revolving trade line. It's costly though. 2 years back history as well, but it's going to be costly. So that's pretty sweet. Up to 30,000. All right. So it posts the following month from when you do it. So I'm going to be dropping that tomorrow. All right. Now, Victor Morell's retirement plan is in play. What else? We talked about creating a business. Now, I dropped a video, which is very interesting. I dropped a video, which does us no good because it was a short, but true to form, since I'm on the blackout list, they barely sent out the short, which is comical, but it's okay. So anyhow, it's you want to make slide decks, you want to make ebooks, you want to do pitch decks, you can do all this using the TypeWrite AI. Let me see if I actually have I don't have the link. Golly, I thought I had it. Because it's specific, but it's a typewriter AI and it produces things for you that you don't have to produce yourself. That is out now. It's making it easier for you to create your business, at least the peripherals. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg. Fiverr, which I do have down below, where you can hit somebody else up and they'll help you with t-shirts, putting together brochures or ebooks, or putting together anything you can find on Fiverr. You want logos? They have that. You want to do something for logos or information? I should put this. We're wearing the SSM Media hat today. And so you can produce anything you need. You can go to Fiverr. The link is down below. Just go click on Fiverr link. If you want to somebody even build a website for you. All right, let's call it what it is. They do everything on Fiverr now. You can start. There are some things that cost $5, but that's generally not the thing. If you want somebody to do a good job, you're going to have to pay more than $5, maybe 20, maybe 30, maybe 50. It all depends on how extravagant you want to get. All right. So go over there. If you want to do things by yourself and want to learn, then the link's down below. You want to create thumbnails or some art for all over the social media platforms, Instagrams, the TikToks, the Facebook, well, then you need Canva, canva.com. C as in Charles, A as in Apple, N as in Nancy, V as in Victor, A.com for everybody on podcast. All right. So keep that in mind as well. So what else can you use? Well, some people would say, Eric, I'm going to be doing YouTube. Well, that's nice. Why not use StreamYard? That's what I'm using right now. They allow you to feed out to up to 6 other places at the same time. 2 places at the same time, it's free. For anything 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, you pay for each of those levels. But like I'm streaming to several locations right now. All right. So that's what's going on there. If you want to do your videos and then have your voice on podcast, well, you can do it several ways. You can actually go to each podcast location, or you can go to Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout, just like it sounds, Buzz Sprout, all one word.com. The link is down below in the description for Fiverr, Buzzsprout, Canva. All right. They should be down below. And if you're starting YouTube, then get TubeBuddy. They have a free version. It'll help you with thumbnails. It'll help you with your title. It'll get you keywords. It'll do things like that. All right. So that's making your money work for you. You're going to actually have to do a little work. In today's environment, you can monetize yourself several different ways. And there's always somebody that likes what you may be into. Because if you're into it, maybe there's millions of others into it. Right? Look at it that way. So start now. Get all your social media together and get this free chat GPT items. Get yourself together down below, and the links are down below in the description box. All right. For helpful information. You don't have an office. Okay, I understand. You don't have a business address. I get it. Then you should be thinking Opus Virtual Office. That's right, OPUS Virtual Office. Use promo code YG1 so you don't have to pay the admin fee. You can make a monthly payment. It's $99 a month. What do they give you? They give you a business phone number, a business fax number, but most importantly, they give you a live person to answer your phone in your business name. That's very important, and they can transfer it to whatever phone number you want them to, or they'll transfer it to your voicemail. You receive your company office mail there, and it's actually a commercial location. Oftentimes, make sure you pick a commercial location, because why? If you need to do a business, you can rent office space there, boardrooms, office itself for an hourly rate. So you don't actually have to pay a monthly fee for an office. So you can rent it like part-time or not at all. But your $99, that is tax deductible. So those are some of the things that is an advantage. The link is down below for OPUS Virtual Office. All right. So there you go. Now, let's get into something else that came up, because a lot of people might say, hey, I don't feel comfortable with, I can't figure out the Airbnbs. Not Airbnbs. I can't figure out I don't want to say Airbnbs. I can't figure out the processors. I can't figure out, I got to sign up with PayPal if I want to receive credit cards or debit cards, or if people want to pay me by checks. I don't understand what's happening here. They're making me jump through hoops. Then they're like putting me through this. If I send somebody something, I have to put in the shipping address. If I don't put in the shipping address, they don't release the money for X amount of days because I'm new. Okay, fine. Some people may say, I don't want to wait for one of these other merchant processors who also wants to dilly-dally, wait around. Maybe you get approved, maybe you don't get approved. Well, like I said, we talked about something that Professor Auntie Val mentioned when the guy from Jubilee app came on. If you're in America, you're in Canada, you're in the Dominican Republic, or if you're in India, they might have even opened up a few other places, because some people from the Philippines, shout out to the Philippines. All of a sudden, a person from the Philippines said they were watching. One person from Philippines, one person from Athens, Greece. Finally some international people, even though it's only one, from around the world, after 5 years of nobody from international waters. But at least we get one from each country. All right. Now, thank you so much for being here, by the way. Tell your friends, log on, smash the like button, tell them to be subscribers internationally, because this applies. Jubilee app, Roderick Alexander came on. He showed us the virtues, and all I can say is the unbanked world who receives money from people wiring it to you, your game is going to change. Because if you have this app, which, by the way, let me get the app in case people want to go look it up on Apple. It's in the Apple Store and it's in the Android store. So I'm going to put Apple up first. If you want to pay pennies, I'm talking about, you can send thousands of dollars, and it might cost you like $10 if you send it the right way. Using a debit card, it might cost you $10. That's how crazy this is. Wire fee for, well, first of all, if you try to wire like 10 grand, let's just call it what it is. First of all, you're going to be hemmed up more than likely. They're going to look at you like, give me all your information. We've never seen you before. We're going to tell you you can only send 3 grand. But nonetheless, Jubilee, you're not going to have that problem. They can send it in your currency. How about that? From your bank, like in this case, we'll deal with what is happening now. Dominican Republic, United States, Canada. All right? You can take money out of your bank using the Jubilee app. They'll send it to a bank in, let's say, Dominican Republic. Guess what? It's going to be there in minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Minutes, with a tracking number on both ends. Both ends, you can call up the bank and say, hey, did it arrive? Here's the tracking number. Yes, it's here. But how about if a person doesn't have a bank account, but the country has a smart ATM where all it takes is a digits. I don't know if it's 5 or 6 or 7 digits, but you can put in digits. Go to any smart ATM, put in the digits. The person doesn't have to have a bank account nor a debit card. And now they can withdraw money because they have the PIN numbers for the transaction. They give you a PIN number for the transaction. So the person, even if they don't have a bank, and a lot of undeveloped nations, a lot of people don't have a bank because banks are restricted. They only want people with a lot of money to put money in a bank. The little everybody else who may not be financially sound or might not make enough money, they don't want their business. So they can't open up bank accounts. So you can still send people money though. Smart ATM machine. And yes, they're in the DR already. Testing in Canada right now in a few locations. America, they're like, hold on. Wait a minute. You don't need debit cards. People can receive cash out of ATM machines. Hey, slow your roll, USA. In order to do that, a person does have to have an ID or a passport so you can still track them. Don't worry. But I know that freedom of not having to deal with you, period. I know it's kind of disheartening, isn't it? Oh, I might get banned some more. All right, Victor, which project? All right. How about Chat GPT? George's Charles. Yes, you can use Chat GPT. But Chat GPT, a lot of times we're finding people using that already to make apologies. Can you believe this? People are making apologies based on Chat GPT. Unbelievable what's happening. Anyhow, if you are an Apple subscriber, get Jubilee app, please. Go show some love. If you have any questions, you contact them, but it's on the app. All right. It's an Apple app. And then I'm going to drop the Android app. I'm sorry, I went on a little rant, but Android, Google. Let's see. We need the Google one too. Here we go. Jubilee. Here's the Google app in the chat room. So you want your money transfers to be like almost instant within minutes. Debit card, credit card is going to cost more because they charge more for transaction fees, and bank account is not that costly either. But again, sending, for example, $1,500, all right, which was a roughly 85,000 pesos. It costs the sender $4.79. That's it. Go down to Western Union and try to send $1,500. You're going to be charged more than $1,500 as the sender, and the person receiving is probably going to end up with $1,370 or $1,360, but not with Jubilee app. So again, in the chat room, if you have the Android, it's in the Google Play. Go sign up. That's the least you can do. Even if you don't use it, at least have it handy. And needless to say, people in the United States, person to person, just like you can send Cash App, same thing you can do with Jubilee. But you have a few other options because you can have a credit card, debit card, bank account. So it works. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully that's helpful. That helps you get your business. And so now when we start talking about creating businesses, now a person in the United States has no way of saying, I can't send you money, because you can tell them, okay, well, download Jubilee. They allow you to use your bank account, your credit card, or a debit card to send money. And since it's treated like a cash deposit, therefore, those are the cheapest rates. So you receive it instantly, damn near within a few minutes. It's not like a wire. It's not like an ACH. It'll be overnight or next day. It's nothing like that. So it's instant, ladies and gentlemen. Think about it. George's Charles for sure. Connor Rock, Galaxy, and Star. I'll see if I can squeeze additional time for others. I'm splitting my trip between Las Terranas and Punta Cana, only spending 9 days. Victor Morel says only 9 days. Okay. Well, Victor Morel, in a few months, you'll be able to do however long you want. One-way trip to the DR. And I think you might be able to chill longer than 90 days anyhow. And then after finding out the latest news that if you overstay your visa or overstay, they charge only $45. Are you serious? For the penalty? I like it. I have to admit, I shouldn't be laughing. I love it. So I mean, like, no wonder people are like overstaying past 90 days when they're not citizens or residents of DR. Geez, still just pay the $45. I mean, Jesus, this is crazy. I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what else is happening? Make your money work for you. And again, I have to reiterate about the business part, because a lot of people do not understand what the big deal is by starting a business. Yes, it's a headache. Yes, it could be. But here's the facts of the matter. Okay, I don't know how Victor Morello's been doing with the Airbnb or anybody else been doing with their Airbnbs, but all of a sudden I had an uptick in Vegas because that Sphere thing that opened up. Let me explain something to you. There's a place that was at one time it's a block off the strip. Desert Club Resort. All right? Condo, timeshare, hotel. And at one time, it was down behind the Sands, which the Sands was closed. It was run down right behind where Venetian is, right? Where the high roller Ferris wheel is. That's where it's at, right? There was nothing down at that end of the strip. It was just deteriorating. So these guys, they had a spot that was more toward the airport. They sold that land, bought this land. Cool. But it was at the end. Nobody ever really wanted to stay there. It was like, well, until High Roller came in. Then they were like, wait a minute, you're right by High Roller? All right. Now the Sphere is close by. Now everybody, concerts, U2 and all these guys are coming. Now it's all of a sudden big time. Hold on, that's walking distance to the Sphere. Easy access to the Sphere. Yes. F1 races coming next month. They go right by. Yes, I want to stay here. Now all of a sudden we're back up to, remember when I was telling you during COVID, it was like normally stuff we used to charge for $299 to $349 a night. We could charge like $499 a night, 30% more. Well, now, because the Sphere has moved up the street, tourists, ladies and gentlemen, tourists. I have a big smile on my face for everybody on podcast because we love tourists. We love like 10, 15,000 tourists coming to our city. Reason why, now, let's just say what it is. Supply and demand. Limited supply means I can charge more. We are up to $599 per night for a 2-bedroom. The highest ever. November has the car show as well. October 31st through like November 4th or 5th is the car show. Then we have the F1, the middle of November. These used to be low seasons where this is incredible. Now in October, November, and December, now they're going to be treated like, because you're in the right location, people are going to rent. Just got a guy today who's actually paying $600 per night. Why? Actually, more than that. $630 per night. Why? Because he wants to book this weekend because of the show at the Sphere. $1,200 for 2 nights for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath that just 3 short years ago, $299 to $349 was the weekend rate. Now the weekend rate, like I said, it's $599, and in this case, $630. $599 to $630. Incredible. This is the power of running your own business, and this is the power of real estate, which is separate, short-term rentals, long-term rentals. The price of things go up. So you're able to always stay. In other words, if you buy something for $200,000, whatever property it is, and the first year, 5 years you own it, and you say it's $100 per night, let's say. All right. But then all of a sudden they build something around you where a lot of tourists are coming in. You're not going to charge $100 a night anymore. Plus inflation goes up. So you've increased it over 5 years to $130, $140, $150 because inflation has went up. That's the part of being in business. That's why you should have business. because you always get to stay ahead unless you do crazy stuff like Rite Aid when I started off with it, because that is a lesson. People Blockbuster learned the lesson 25 to 30 years ago. Now people are learning the lesson like Rite Aid and all these guys after all their expansion, CVS and Walgreens. They were loving life for about 10, 15 years, right? But now they realize, damn, we don't have enough room to warehouse everything and have it delivered within hours or the next day. We don't have that model. So yeah, they're making billions of dollars, but it's shrinking because Walmart, Amazon, eBay, and you and me who do businesses where we ship things to people, they're not going to the store anymore. They're just like, oh, it'll be here in 2 days. Okay, I'm not going to go to the store. Free shipping, 2 days. I'll wait. What's the big deal? That's what we're dealing with right now. Those little stores. So if you have a business, you have to always consider the future and why you're doing the business. All right. So think about that. It's very, very hard to do, but you have to understand where we're going. Everything is going for time. Click, 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 click. All right. And then there's nuances going on as well, because we have the way money is moving is different, and it's going to change. There's a Fed now. We have the stock market that's going to be different. We have dividend funds like the Yield Max. I don't know what that's about, how long it'll happen at this rate. It's insane. If it's 1 year, if it's 2 years, if it's 1 or 2 years, everybody that's put money in Clips, NVDY, TSOY, APOY, all of these, you will love life, because if somebody told you I can get 30% 2 years in a row, you should be pressing it, as we used to play. We used to call when we played blackjack, right? You guys know what that means. We won, we press it. We won $500. We're putting $500 back on. We're pressing it. All right. So that means I want to take advantage while we're hot. So if we win 2 in a row, right? We had 250. We won the one hand. That's 500. We pressed that. Now we got 1,000. In 2 wins in a row. That's pretty fast, right? So that's what we're talking about here. How long can you press this to make sure, if it takes 2 years and you can get 30% year over year for 2 years, you want as much money in that as possible, like Victor Morel's doing, right? Like Georges Charles is doing, like Brian P's doing. They're like, if this thing lasts for just 2 years, I'm going to be happy, right? So think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. All right. Smash that like button while you're out here. And yes, SSN Nation Media, I have that hat tonight. You know, you can go to stopstrugglingnow.com and get this gear. Different colors as well. Hats, all kind of different things. Hoodies, because it's getting kind of chilly out here. Time for those nobody's coming to save you. Time for those emerging millionaire hoodies. Time for the CEO hoodie. All of those. It's time. Go show some love. Yes, most Americans rather pay the overstay visa fee. Exactly, Victor Morel. It's crazy. It's crazy. So it's weird. They know you're in the country, but they're not looking for you unless you get in trouble. Airbnb sucked for September and October. Saw a bunch of cancellations. Oh, my. People are short of money. This is very true. Yes, it picked up for November, December, but not to the levels of 2022 and 2021 at over 95%. You've got that right. I know 2024 will be better. Here's the thing. This is what I'm worried about. There's always something to worry about. When it comes to short-term rentals, we're in a situation right now where if this keeps up, remember there's a certain segment of customers from outside of the United States that comes to visit in America. If you start having, well, they have wars in 2 hot spots, planes aren't leaving. Sure, we have enough tourists, 90 to 100, what is it, 90 million to 100 million, something like that, to come to America. Okay, you can miss maybe 5 million to 10 million. But what's going to happen is, where do they go? Orlando's one of those hot spots, right? So they're going to be impacted if 5 million people don't show up over here. I'm not saying all 5 million go to Orlando. I'm just saying there's probably a significant number that probably goes to Orlando. They're going to take a hit. Anaheim, take a hit. Universal, all these guys take a hit because it costs $500-$600 per part if you had a family of 4 or 5 to get in. Never mind get here and stay. So all of a sudden, people in the United States also 60% of the population is living paycheck to paycheck. So again, they don't have any movement. If I'm getting paid $60,000 a year and inflation goes up 20% in 2 years, I'm not getting paid $75,000 to offset it because no employer is going to give me no $15,000 raise in 2 years. So that means I'm losing money, basically, because everything that I used to be able to buy, I'm now underwater. It's almost like I'm making 50,000. That's what it's like. It's crazy. So you can't keep up. So that's why, once again, you need your money working for you while you're sleeping or while you're at work. And then you need to start your own business because, as I was saying, you get to keep up with inflation based on current market conditions. I never thought in the wildest dreams at this location that I'd be able to charge somebody $599 to $625 to $630 on the weekend for a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath condo. Granted, it's cool, but it ain't that cool. All right. $600 per night is like 5-star locations, but not when it's in Vegas, not when there's a big, huge event happening. Now, all of a sudden, you got to get in where you fit in. So those are the type of things that you have to remember. So I can beat inflation easily in this case. So when we talk about Punta Cana, when we talk about Dominican Republic, and we're talking about tourist records, if anybody missed the Dominican Republic Weekly, you start looking at tourist records, you have to understand if they get to 11 to 12 million tourists, and if what they reported last month is outrageous. And what I mean by this is because everybody's going to have a big smile on their face. That's an investor. The Dominican Sun, in their article, they said 70% of tourists land in Punta Cana Airport. If they ever got to 70%, which I'm going to find hard to believe going forward, but if that number actually happened, then that would mean if they get not even that. If they get 8 million times 7, that's 5.6 million tourists that would land by air at the airport. That's more than 100,000 per week average. I can live with the 100,000. If half of those are together, that's 50,000. Some people come solo. Some people come with 3 people. We still have half, 50,000. There's going to be 40 or 50,000 hotel rooms in the DR, in Punta Cana. But if it's 60%, like I like to stay close to 60, because 60% means now we need something like 9, 8. We need 8.5 by air to come in. That's going to be in 3 years. 2 years, we might reach it. But 3rd year, 2026, it's not going to happen then. That's when things are going to start getting crazy because you'll have like 120,000 average potentially. Things are going to start getting real crazy. And sure, they're going to have a lot of hotel all-inclusives. But who wants to? I'm going to tell you right now, I don't really think a lot of people are going to go for this $1,500, $1,400 all-inclusives when they have alternatives. Right now, there's no real alternatives to all-inclusives. Is there? There isn't. Vista Cana is not there yet, but wait till the big 4 come. And people are like, wait, I have a condo and I have all these things. And so what if I miss out on the water park? Except Cruise on Land says we have a water park. Don't worry. In fact, not only do we have a water park, we have a a park where we have a roller coaster, uh, a little kit cart, little go-kart track, and a buggy track, just for starters. And oh, by the way, we have a casino too. And we have shopping here too. And we have man-made beaches here too. And we have wedding venues here too. And we have loungers that have fire pits over water too. I mean, it just gets more and more ridiculous. They're going to be like, wait, you're only going to charge me $300 a night for a 2-bedroom? Why am I going to pay $1,400 per night? I'm never going to spend $1,000 in meals and fun per day. Let's just call it what it is. That's what's going to end up happening. Just mark my words. See us in 3 years. Hopefully, we're all still alive. Let's do that thing. All right. Hopefully, we're all still alive. All right. All right. Let's see here. Victor Morrell was talking about his 95. Brian P. I was shouting out to you earlier in this live stream because I was saying thanks to Victor Morrell and yourself talking about the YieldMax ETFs. Now we're all on board. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with the icon next to his name. And Brian P. brings his tagline. Hello, Eric. Hello to you. I hope all is well with you. Yes, thank you so much. Hopefully everything's fine with you. Hello, SSN family. Brian P. with the icon. Once again, another investor's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. The question is, I love Brian P.'s question a few months back. Should I put my bag into some stocks, dividend funds, or should I put my down payment money in and then make my monthly payments? Well, he did the right thing. I'm very proud of him because he said, well, let me take this 30, 40, 50% money. Let me take that down payment money and these can ship me $5,000 this year. And then next year, I think I might start buying something then because the money now I can use that to actually buy my stuff. Not saying the down payment, but the monthly payment. He has the money because he's already put the money in. And you guys understand. Let me give you some numbers. $10,000, $4,000 a year. That's 40%, right? 50%, $5,000. If it's 5,000, next year could be 15,000. Well, actually, it'll be like 16,000 in the account if you reinvest. So now 16,000, kind of doing 50% is 8 G's. That's $700 per month, ladies and gentlemen. That he could just take out. And if he bought some property, like I'm not giving an endorsement, but it could be like a Macau Hills, Macau Beach, a cruise on land. Could be something like that where they're like under 100,000. In this case, actually, Breeze Towers doesn't have 1 bedrooms at Larimar, but yes, they do. They do have 1 bedrooms. So 102,000 and then 30 monthly payments. I mean, $700, $800 per month coming in. He could use that money to just ship the free money out to them guys, and that's how he can pay for his property. That's an option, ladies and gentlemen. Make your money work for you. Create a business at the same time like Victor Morrell is going to be doing. That's the playbook here. You want to stop struggling now? Well, you have to put in a little work. All right? Sometimes you have to sacrifice, as they always say. I don't know if it's really sacrifice. You're working hard anyhow. You're putting money away, making it work for you. You're creating a business. All of a sudden, it's like, whoa, this actually worked. And now you have the income from your fruits of your labor. Is there something wrong with that? I don't think so. All right. Brian P. says he got the notification and the trailer. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it because not that many people, only 2 people have said they received the notification and saw the trailer today, but that's okay. You're here now. Smash the like button for sure, everybody. If you like what I am talking about tonight, everybody in podcast land, YouTube streets, all the streets that you are seeing this video, please subscribe, please follow, because we're going to make sure that it doesn't matter about the gods who's here or not in the house on these YouTube streets. All right, Victor Morrell, he's coming up again. Yes, Punta Cana already took the hit from Ukrainians tourists and now from Israel. Exactly. If gas prices on that side of the world keep going up, we'll get jammed up. You got that right. World instability is bad news for us. Exactly. Exactly. But Victor Marrero, never fear. We have you. Or shall I say, Dominican Republic has you. Louis Abinader, David Collado, they have you. They know where the money is. It's in tourism. And they have thousands of acres of jungle ready to be developed. In the mountains, in the rainforest, off the coast where they have little islands that they rarely show. Yeah, they can do the Bali thing if somebody really wanted to do something. They got it. They can do it. So here's the thing. They are out here going down to South America, Central America, to capture some thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of people from the Latin markets to come up. And let's just put things in perspective. What is different that from any other Caribbean island? If you go to Puerto Rico, if you go to Jamaica, Bahamas, if you go to Mexico, if you go to Belize, Costa Rica, Peru, Honduras, Ecuador, does anybody start noticing something? Those all-inclusive resorts, highly rated, start realizing where they're located and safe environments and infrastructure like the United States, Canada. That's where you have to start asking yourself, wait a minute, who's doing all that? There's only a few countries, but those countries don't have as many tourists that go there than that go to the Dominican Republic. And then the challenge is, where are the best residential pre-construction projects in the world? Kuala Lumpur, they have one. Athens, Greece, they have one. Kuala Lumpur, TRX Exchange. Athens, Greece, Ellen Icon. Dominican Republic, Larimar City and Resort. There are no other projects like them in the world. That is an advantage. But how about this? What if Cruise on Land ends up expanding on their property that they have? And I think they will. What if they do this? Because what's going to end up happening? How many residential locations have a frickin' water park and Ferris wheels, potentially go-kart tracks, bumper cars? Come on. Who has these in a residential place? It could be the third two places that nobody else has in the world, unless you're going to Disney, Universal, or someplace like that. And if you are going to Disney, Universal, or SeaWorld, or any other place, you're spending $100 and some per person per day. You sit in these locations, you're not paying anything extra if you are renting. So how much is the rental value for properties that a person can actually sit there and not have to pay $100 per person and you have 4 people with you? $500 per day. That's just to go in and out. That doesn't include eating. That doesn't include to and from transportations. So now you wake up and be like, oh, I'm going to go over here and hang out. We have plenty to do here. That is worth its weight in gold. Why do you think people live in Cap Cana? For Christ's sakes. Come on. Why do you think? So think about this. It doesn't even have to be DR. Just think about when you go on vacation, what you think about. Now, you're creating a business based on travel and tourism, but it's not travel and tourism. I want ATM machines. Now, I want storage. I want a smart ATM machine, all in the Dominican Republic. That's what I want. Because we have the tourists, we have the expats coming, we have people who are going to live there, we have people who are going to have to work in that city. It's going to go boom, like an atomic bomb went off at year 3, because you're going to need a couple 100,000 employees in Punta Cana alone. Where are they going to live? There's going to be a bomb that goes off in 3 years. All right. When the big 4 have phase 2 and phase 3 happening, and people are going to be like, we have like right now, they're telling me at Legends Arena, where Elton John just played, I keep getting conflicting reports. One place says it holds 2,500 people, which is when he came, they said it held 2,500 people. It was full. Another place says it holds 9,000, which I'm skeptical. Doesn't seem big enough for that, but you never know. But when Atlantida brings their 9,000 seat or 10,000 seat amphitheater or Coliseum or whatever they're going to make it, that's 10,000 people. Plus the artists, entourage, plus press, plus a whole, basically there's going to be 12,000 people in this place. Just in that place, where are they going to stay? You're going to say, Eric, hey, hold on, no problem. There's 50,000 hotel rooms there. Again, do you really think people are going to say, oh, we're coming to a concert that's going to cost me $300-400 to begin with, and I'm going to pay freaking $1,500 per night so I can stay in an all-inclusive? Are you serious? I'm sorry. That ain't going to happen. All right? It's not going to happen. They're going to be looking for you. If you have some multifamily place that you're doing short-term rentals, or if you have a short-term rental, they're going to be looking for you. They're going to be like, hey, we got 4 of us here. We're not spending freaking $1,500 per night. We're only going to be here like 3 or 4 nights. We can just stay right over here. We'll give the guy that's a 3. Oh, George's Charles will love this. We got a guy that has a 4-bedroom over here. Why don't we just go get his at Primavera? Don't you see that man-made beach over there? You see the basketball court. You see the multiple pools they have. And they have a restaurant and bar right on site. So we're going to go hang there. And we have a pool in the backyard. And we have an extra bedroom and an extra bathroom. So we're going to stay there for $400 or $500 per night. So instead of spending $2,000 or $4,000 for accommodations, these guys are going to spend $2,000 for accommodations. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. This is how it works. All right. Just like I said right now, what's happening in Vegas with the Sphere. The Sphere just broke out a couple weeks back. Now, all of a sudden, when there's a concert there, this formerly place that was just fine is now a hot spot because people can walk. They don't need to park there. They don't need a car. They can walk to the Sphere or catch a ride with somebody else. Either way, they're in a position now where they don't have to do anything extra. They have a condo. They have a washer and dryer, a full kitchen, pools, restaurant, bar, fitness center. If they want to use any of that, I don't know. But the point of the matter is it's all on site. Barbecue grills, game room. So now it's almost like it's Margaritaville when it's not. I mean, $600 a night. Who knew? Thank you, Sphere. Thank you. I appreciate you building up the street. That just created a value for that location now, or anybody around there as well. People that have the Westgate Las Vegas condos, I can't remember the name of them. Now all of a sudden their places are worth money. Where then before nobody wanted to stay down there. You could stay for like $79.99 per night. Now $500 per night, $600 per night for these 2-bedroom, 1,200, 1,300 square foot condos. It's crazy. Crazy stuff, and I'm loving every bit of it. Every bit of it. But Victor Marrero, never fear, man. Louis Abinadar and David Collado, they're doing the right thing. They're going after markets that traditionally weren't available to them with the aid of the air industry. They're making inroads going down to Venezuela. So that's going to bring in, it's only going to be like probably 200,000, but that's 200,000 that we lost from Russia. That's replaced, right? With a growing incentive once their country gets better. They go down to Colombia, Ecuador, and all that, and they're making deals. So that brings in another 100,000, like the El Salvador. So you're bringing in the 100,000. Okay, that offsets a few other people that are coming. So these guys are going around making sure that they're going to touch a lot of locations, trying to get that interchange to happen. Because like Victor Marrero, you're about to do the same thing that a lot of people do that have the disposable income. You're going to do things like, I'm going to go to Dominican Republic for 9 days. And once you're fully retired, you might say, okay, we're leaving DR and we're going to Spain for 7 days. Then you're saying, okay, after I leave Spain, I'm going to wherever, France. And then I'm coming back to the US. So that's what a lot of people are doing. They're leaving Europe. They land in DR. Then they're saying, I'm going to Mexico, or I'm going to Costa Rica, or I'm going to El Salvador, Ecuador, whatever, Peru, whatever, once they're on this side of the world. Very smart. That's what I do. If you're going to be on the other side of the world, then you might as well hang out and do stuff on that side. You don't need to come back anytime soon if you have disposable income, right? You have that passive income. Your money's working for you while you're out here. All right. And who says, and let me just get some things clear, because there's a lot of people that they misconceive what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, yes, you have passive income coming in. Yes, you have your money working for you, but there's a misconception. You still have to work. You have to work. What I mean by that is there's something you have to do. You have to look and make sure everything is still in order. If you have a business, you have to make sure everything's in order. You just can't set it and forget it. All right? That's just not a thing. So I'm going to tell people, you hear of CEOs and business owners and things like that, right? But I'll ask you again, how many times do you see business owners who are bona fide real business owners sitting around on TikTok and doing social media, running around, unless they're a speaker of some sort? If they're doing business, they don't have real time for that. They hire somebody, they make these short clips maybe, but they're not sitting there trying to do all that. They're like, hey, I got some business meeting. I got a call. You have business to attend to. You have businesses. You're not going to expect it to run 100% without your input. So you do work. It's just that it's minimal work. It's not like you have to be there 12 hours a day, 8 hours a day, if you do the right business, right? So don't do what you see on social media where people are out here acting like, hey, I made all this money and I don't have to do nothing. No, you always have to do something. You have to make sure your business is running smoothly, and you have to stay abreast of what's going to happen around the world if that's going to affect you. Victor Marrero's already thinking. He's right, though. The wars are affecting a lot of markets because that's millions of tourists that are not coming, that traditionally would go to certain locations in America and around the world. So those tourist dollars are gone. So if you don't have an uptick in tourism like the DR, then you're going backwards because those people aren't coming. So that's the difference. And that also means that influences how much money is in your country's pockets. That's significant. If you have billions of dollars coming in, let's just use 1 billion. And then all of a sudden the next year you have 500 million. They're both great numbers for a small nation. But the fact of the matter is that's a huge difference. And then if it extends to 2 years, now all of a sudden you don't have the same amount of people hired. Where are they going to work at? Because you don't need them now. All of a sudden you don't have the same Uber guys driving around, the same Moto guys driving around. You don't have all that's out the window. The restaurants now don't have the same amount of clientele coming in. So now they're shutting their doors early. They don't make the revenue coming in. They can't hire the people. It's a domino effect. You have to understand this. So don't take it lightly, because this is exactly what's going to happen if you are in a market that is like, okay, I'll use Disney, all Disney markets at this point. they're plateaued, so to speak. All right. They really can't really get millions more customers, so to speak, right? When they first started in the 70s, it was a straight rocket ride up, right? And then in the last 5 years, another rocket ride. So it's a mature market, and you have several other companies competing for business. So once that occurs, now all of a sudden you have to do things a little different. So what do? We got to make more parts. We got to make things bigger and badder. We got to make things on cutting edge. We just can't sit back and rest on our laurels, because otherwise people aren't going to come. They can't come and see the same thing that they saw 3 years ago or 2 years ago or even last year. We need to throw in a few wrinkles. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. You got to throw in a few wrinkles. Look at the big boys. You mimic the big boys. They have sound business advice that you never got, but you just pay attention. And that's why you can do it and figure it out. All right. And you have people here in the SSN Nation that can help you. So don't be shy to ask questions. On Monday and Friday nights, chat rooms open to everybody. But on Wednesday nights, only members with the icon can be in the chat room. So once again, please smash the like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. This also means we're going to have a little timeout. So you guys know what that means. It's time for video SSN Lifestyle, November 6th through the 8th. You know what? I just realized today, I looked in the back office. We don't have anybody registered. Nobody has purchased tickets yet. So this may mean nobody's coming. So I want to let you know, you better go over here, purchase your tickets, part of the SSN Nation, SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana, $199 per person. Unless you're an SSN Lifestyle Founders Club member, you don't have to buy tickets. You and another person always get in to any event. But again, the speakers will be there. We're going to have realtors, builders, lawyers, inspectors coming to talk, bank personnel to tell you what you're going to need. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? So there's no gray area. So you'll have it all the information you need. You can talk with these people, residents. It's not like you're going to have to pay extra to talk to them. They're coming there gladly to talk with you, okay? You get the information. You don't have to say, here's a retainer, here's your $500 to $1,000. None of that. You'll have them right in your face. You can ask them, hey, and then afterwards, you know how things work. You can chit chat, whatever. But the point is, they're not there to sell their business. But of course, they're there to talk. And of course, they'll say, hey, you can come to our office anytime. Here's our card, whatever. But the point is, you can get information that you need. We want the furniture guys to be there so we can understand how we can get furniture less than the sticker price. Right? We have an outlet now. Jawway J was kind enough to tell us about Imulel. I wrote it down, but I can't remember how it's spelled. He told us about a couple of places where they do free delivery from Santo Domingo. You know, that's a leverage point, right? If they're giving me free delivery from Santo Domingo and it costs less, then I go to DR. I'm in Punta Cana. I'm saying, hey, man, I'll just get it from these guys. Free delivery and it costs less. Why am I going to pay your price? So we'll see how this all works out. There's several ways that you can do this, but go over to SSN Lifestyle, go to the shop, you'll see $199. And again, I reiterate, nobody has signed up. Lots of people have said they're coming, but 3 weeks from now, 3.5 weeks from now, we're going to some of the project areas. We're going to Cruise on Land for sure. We're going to Primavera 4 for sure to go check out this beach. We're going to we're going to go up to Larimar. In fact, we're going to have a little meeting up at Larimar. And the views are awfully nice. All right. So again, check this out. In fact, I'm going to play the nighttime video. I think I have it. Let's see if I have the nighttime video. Here we go. Oh, yeah, I shouldn't play this, but what the hell? It's going to be because I'm using Hiroshi's music, it's going to give me a copyright. So the music people hear on replay is not the same original music that I have for this video, but people on the live stream, you guys get to hear the music, which is nice and mellow and cool. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it looks like at Larimar City and Resort on the ridge right now for this pre-construction project. And I like seeing lights on the horizon at nighttime, open air. You could have a condo there starting at $99,000 and up. The 99,000 is for a 1-bedroom. Right, ladies and gentlemen, Hiroshi Suzuki. Yeah, badass jazz track there. So that is nighttime, ladies and gentlemen. On the horizon, you could be up another 50, 60, 70, 100 feet higher. So you can only imagine the view right up there, another 100 feet higher. Beautiful. In fact, film videos. I keep forgetting to ask him, man, when's he going to go out there at nighttime and go up like 100 feet high if he wants to do it at nighttime? I've never flown a drone. So somebody's going to have to let me know. Do you fly drones at night? Is it safe? Can you see them? Can you get them back? I don't know. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're talking about. We're going to be up there. Also, we're going out to Macau so people get the lay of the land. We're going out to check out places. So you as an investor, business-wise, you will know where you can put a business. Maybe get ideas. I'll put a business here, a business there. Maybe you want to do real estate of some sort. You'll say, I'll put it here, put it there. So you'll have options. Business forum, real estate investors. It's for you. That's what this is for. So get your tickets now. So at least I'll have a head count. I'm just saying. I've been saying now. I just realized today. I was like, wait a minute. Did anybody even order? Did anybody is going to show up for sure yet? So far, not one person. So I'm like, we got 3 weeks to go. So somebody better start doing something if you want to come, because otherwise, well, I'll just be hanging out, I guess. All right. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button. Let me know what you have to say. I know some of you are saying, Eric, come on. And by the way, I should do this too. I'm going to show you the Jubilee app that I dropped in the chat room earlier where a person puts in a PIN number. But I will say this, make sure you turn down your volume. In about 10 seconds, I'm going to play this video because it's pretty loud. So check this out, and we'll go count it down. Turn down your volume a little bit. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take out money without the card, right? So this is how it works. A lot of people say it's not possible. So I'm going to go here, transactions, send tarjeta. I'm going to go with Cody Go Cash. I'm going to go with the cedula first, 0. And I'm going to hit enter. Code is 905453. And I'm going to say 7,000 pesos. And you see that ended in 2? Put 3. So if I would have put the wrong number in, then he'd say you didn't get it, but it's right here. Okay, so I didn't put a card in, and again, only with Jubilee, baby. No card, no nothing. 7,000 because we needed it real quick. There it is. Come on out. Don't be shy. 7,000. Now, how easy was that?
Right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. No debit card, no credit card to put in. He puts in a PIN number. You need a passport, cedula, license number, passport number to put in. Smart ATM, welcome to the future, ladies and gentlemen. And the person sent it a few minutes before he withdrew it. That is the power of Jubilee, but you can only do it even if you're outside the country. I had a person from the Philippines hit me up because in any undeveloped nation, they have an unbanked situation. They hit him up so he could release and open up the Philippines if he wanted to, another different type of peso. But the fact of the matter is, I put the links down below for the Apple and the Android so you can check it out. Go get it now. Get yourself registered, at least get your profile and everything registered, even if you don't want to put in your banking information or anything, credit cards, that's fine. But register now, get it started, because this is going to be a thing. All right. And especially when it's cheap money transfers. You guys getting this, right? If somebody told you you can send $1,500 for $4.97 and it's there in 5 minutes, what else is there to talk about? And now when the smart ATMs come out, a person can, you don't even have to, they don't even need a bank. You just say, hey man, here's the PIN code. Just go to the ATM machine. And it even gets crazier than that because they have delivery services as well. So that makes things a little interesting. So think about that. That's very interesting. And speaking of that, there's a way to do this, right? Retirees. Well, kind of. I haven't figured out how to get the guys bonded, right, to go do this delivery thing, but because it's cash. And it's exchange as well. Think about this. $4.79 it cost us in 1,500. It included dollar to Dominican peso exchange. How crazy is that? Crazy. I don't know the actual numbers, but I think it was 0.0017, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it 3 zeros and 17? But it's 0.00017, I think was the number, something like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. On the money transfer. Exactly. Exactly. The difference is it's there like in minutes. Not like hours, not like days, like a wire, not like any of that. It's like Cash App. As soon as you send it, it's good. Cash App operates in UK, USA, and Canada. These guys, Jubilee is in Canada, USA, Dominican Republic, India. They can actually turn on any country because they can actually do any country. But he's trying to stay small right now. In fact, he's coming to the meeting November 6th through the 8th. So if anybody doesn't show up, I'm just going to tell you, I'll just be on vacation. All right. And we won't have the meetings at all. I'll be going to talk with some guys and then going around. But nonetheless, get your tickets. If you don't have a ticket, you won't be in the meetings. You won't be going around with us. All right. You'll hear about it, but you won't have the itinerary. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's how we do it. Now, let's see. What else can we talk about this evening? Oh, I know what I want to talk about tomorrow. Powell is going to have a little chit chat, right? He's going to have a little chit chat tomorrow. So stock futures are a little changed. I'm just going by CNBC as traders look ahead to the key Fed Chair Powell speech. It's red right now, but it's baby reds. After the little 300 mark for the Dow on Monday, how it went down, it rebounded yesterday a little bit, I guess. But we're still at 33,000 for the Dow, 44,038 for the S&P, and we're at 15,000 for the NASDAQ. So nothing really is going on. Oil dipped a little. Here it is. The U.S. 10-year Treasury is at 4.9%. But who in their freaking right mind would do a 5% over 10 year? 5%. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to be mad at you, especially if you're in a country that gets 0% or 2%. I get it. I get it. But let's go. Let's go look at some things, shall we? Where's the markets? US futures, bonds. Here we go. Bonds. Because a lot of people say, let's do bonds, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's safety. But there's bonds all over the world. Look at this. 1 month, 5.4. 2 month, 5.4. 3 month, 5.5. Let's go to the year. A year, 5.498. 2 year, 5.2. You tell me, ladies and gentlemen, where do you think the rich people are putting their money just to be safe? Guaranteed 5% if you have $10 million, 5% will work for you, right? You're not going to mind 5%. 10% of 10 million is 1 million. $500,000 a year, you're not going to mind that, right? Even if you do have to pay tax on it, so what? 2 or 3, you're going to spend more than 20 G's a month? Highly unlikely. 30 G's a month? Highly unlikely. You have everything already. Just saying. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a short one tonight. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have any other fire information that you guys want to give out. Fire as in retire early. All right. Or fire information is something that's hot out here, like the YieldMaxETFs.com. If you missed the early stream, YieldMaxETF.com. Go look at those. Study that. Monthly dividend payouts. You have to buy the stock by the 4th or 5th of the month. Go by the ex-dividend date. Make sure you do 24 hours before the dividend date. 48 hours is better, or outside of 48 hours is better. All right? Just go look, study. Might as well start it now, because sooner or later the short squeeze is coming. And what I mean by the short squeeze, there's not going to be as many jobs. There's not going to be as many high-paying jobs. So where does that leave people who are normally making 6 figures? If there's 6 figures reduction in your jobs. And then there's a lack of jobs even available at 6-figure high numbers. And we'll talk double 6 figures, because that's literally where we're headed here. Because who knew that you'll need $130,000 to be middle class 5 years ago? People would have said, what are you talking about? That's not middle class. Just in 2018, 2017, people would have said, that's not middle class. That's upper class if you make 140, 130, 150,000. Not anymore, ladies and gentlemen. 147,000 down to 60,000 is considered middle class. You're in for a rude awakening, because when they reduce the interest rates, Powell, I would almost guarantee what I'm going to hear tomorrow. He's going to go, due to circumstances around the world, it's not going that well. So he should be saying something like this. Due to circumstances around the world, it looks like we could have supply chain issues, which would increase inflation or the cost of goods. That's what it should sound like. But something tells me he always has to leave something for his buddies on the stock market, right? So he can't have a little meltdown. So he's going to start going, well, we'll probably reduce interest rates, probably, like they already said, twice at least in 2024. So don't worry. Just ride this out for a little while. Never mind talking about how they're going to reduce inflation. He's just going to be like, yeah, well, we'll just let it ride to see if we can reduce inflation. Hint, hint means, hey, fellas, take those 5% bonds that they're giving right now. Sit tight for about 7-8 months, because I'm going to reduce the interest rates then. Come on, you tell me which side of the fence you're going to be happy on. Meanwhile, the middle class, you better be putting your money into where the big boys are. The stock market's going to go boom. Real estate's going to go boom. You want both of those, and you want to be in business too, because there's going to be a lot of money left on the table when people start getting their home equity lines of credit, when they start borrowing against their equity, when they go out here buying stuff and creating new businesses. You got to be Johnny on the spot. All right. You guys, I just give you the 411. I'm just delivering the information that's going to happen. I've been wrong about the housing market, though. This is like unbelievable. Only because nobody wants to sell. They're not releasing the foreclosures. Nobody wants to sell. So you have a limited amount of quantity. And again, can you believe grandma's house that a year ago people weren't even wanting to pay 120, 130 grand? People a year now is offering 215 with buyers coming. Potential bidding war now. It could almost be double before this is over because there's nothing to buy. This is incredible, even in a place that you shouldn't be buying. It's crazy. Crazy. Hasn't even been on the market. Less than 30 days. That's crazy. That's insane when you think about it. In a place that first of all, insurance is sketchy. Cost an arm and a leg. Car and home. You might have to you will have to replace the roof in like 2 years. Otherwise, you can't get insurance. This is insanity. Insane. And it's going to get worse. So again, you're going to need extra money. So you have to start thinking about how can it churn somewhere? Where can I put money that's going to churn? So you only have a few options. Running a business is risky. Buying an existing business that has money coming in is not so risky. Remember that cleaner, ladies and gentlemen? That night when I showed it, the next day, the dude's like, you guys already probably saw it before, offer. I was like, you kidding. It didn't show that. Now offer. And it showed it on site online too. So I have to revisit and see if the offer actually went through. I'm pretty sure it did. We had a high ROI, insane ROI. So I'm pretty sure somebody said, thank you very much. I'll buy this for whatever. It was worth easily another $400,000 more. So $500,000 more, 6, 7 now that I'm thinking about it. Reason why I say that is the net operating income was 120,000, 140,000. That means it's really worth $1 million. He wasn't selling for $1 million. So it was undervalued. High cap rate, leaving the equipment in there and everything. I mean, what a deal for somebody. So those are the type of things that you miss out on when you're Johnny come lately. We missed out, Johnny come lately. But nonetheless, this is what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. Start a business or buy a business is better because you know what the return has been. You have a track record. Starting, 9 out of 10 fail. So if you're going to start a business, doesn't it make sense to go with something tried and true, which is the easiest acquisition of real estate? And oh, by the way, speaking of that, Fannie Mae. You know what? Hold on a second. I should make a video about this too. Fannie Mae. Let me see. What do I want? Down payment requirements. They are doing the damn thing. They are doing the damn thing. They said, you know what? FHA with your 3.5% down payment. Okay, I call it 4% no matter what they say. 4% down payment for FHA. We got something for you now. Check this out in case people do not know. Look at what Fannie and they have to deal. Fannie, Freddie. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This right here. Okay, here's the thing. Fixed rate mortgage, FRM. Okay, adjustable rate mortgage is ARM, and combined loan to value. Okay, none of that. Check this out. Look at this. 1 unit, fixed rate mortgage, 97%. That's 3%. This is for, oh, and by the way, these have to be primary. So when we start doing this 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, 4 units deals, right? 1 to 4 units. Look, this says 75%, right? 85%. That's what it used to be. But look at this now. Look at this. Limited cash out refi. 3% now. Look at this. These guys done changed up on us. Look at this. Purchase. Look at this. What is this? These guys just showed up and showing out now. They're trying to do 3%. Principal residence purchase 97.5. Look at this. These guys are joining the party now. So again, it's not just FHA that you can do something. You can call up Fannie now. They're like 3%. I'm trying to find the, let me see something. I want to see page, where's page 3? Here's 3. 25% for REIS, purchase, terms 20 years. So they have the full gamut that you can get into something. 3 to 4, they still want their 25 though. So these are some of the things that is happening that's going down. 680 credit score and up. 660 purchase, limited cash out refi. Fine, whatever. But the point is, these guys starting to change their rules. And what did I tell you? I told you about this before. You know what's coming. You know when this thing goes down. When they do their reduce their federal funds rate, the party will be in effect and rolling. It'll be rolling downhill. Everybody who has that extra money and you can invest, you are going to come out like a bandit 3 to 4 years later. You'll be able to make moves. You'll be able to do Elon Musk-esque type stuff. Hey, can I borrow against my stocks? Yes. Can I borrow against my properties? Yes. Can I buy other assets? Yes. Those assets are bringing money in, assets to pay us, to pay back the debt. Yes. And the value keeps increasing. You're going to be set in a perfect location. Congratulations for everybody that's buying real estate right now. When there's hardly anything available and you're figuring it out pre-construction wise, we're making it happen. All right, we're going to wrap this up tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if there's anything else you want to discuss, because there's nothing else that I'm going to talk about right now. So what I'm going to do is we'll play a little video. Let's see which one I'm going to do this time. Let's just play a normal SSN lifestyle video. We'll do this one.
Come on, come on.
SSN Lifestyle, Punta Cana Real Estate Investors and Business Forum. Be there, be square, November 6th through the 8th, $199 per person to come and join me and others. Mr. Estacio, Nestor Left Field. You know the crowd. Johan Confidante. Gwen will be in the house from Larimar. He'll be here. And by the way, speaking of Gwen, he hit me up today. He asked me about this Kraske Macau #2. He said, hey, we should do a live stream on it. I'm like, I'm not feeling it. Reason why I'm not feeling it is because Kraske 1 has been built. Okay. And Kraske 1, they don't really have amenities apparently. I mean, a pool, and that's it. A pool and a barbecue area where that pool area is for the whole villa project. That does not meet the criteria. I hate to say it. I just don't. I mean, I have to hesitate because it's like I don't want to talk bad about a project because it's not really, may not be bad. It's just that For 95 square meters, they're charging like, that's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It's like 150, 149. I'm like, how can I rock with this when a person can go to Cruise on Land and Laramie? Cruise on Land, you can get a 2-bedroom for $127,000 fully furnished condo. I'm like, what are we saying? I don't get it. Or you can go to buy a 2-bedroom Laramar for 140, 150 grand, 167,000 in Laramar. It's a little, well, no, at Blue Beach, at Breeze Towers, it's the same square footage for a 2-bedroom, yes, but still, you have all these amenities. Then we got Macau Hills. Phase 3 comes out. They're talking about 900 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, but they're talking about $117,000, $118,000 with a clubhouse, with a tennis court, paddleball court, restaurant, bar, and a hotel supposed to be on site at Macau 2. I don't know what's happening at Macau 3 yet, and I'm waiting for the brochure. But all I'm saying, this is kind of crazy. You have options. You can go to Primavera 4, buy a 2-bedroom, 2-bath for like 120. You can go to Primavera 2 and buy a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath with basketball courts, soccer fields, already 3 pool areas. And that's what that's going to cost. And it's 1,500 square feet for about 150,000. So you see, you have other options. I'm not really feeling it. I have to admit, it doesn't meet the criteria of amenities. But he says, Eric, it might be something for everybody. Somebody else might like it. They don't like those mega projects. Maybe they want to live in a quiet community. Fair enough. So Gwen's going to come on. I don't know when. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday, maybe Saturday. Who knows? We're going to talk about it. And I'm trying to gather some information on Kraske View because they actually have Kraske View. They're the same builders, by the way, as Macau Hills, Macau Gardens. So you'll get a preview of what they kind of like have going on. I think they're the same builders. So again, this is very interesting. But they're going to come on. Hey, we show projects. Maybe somebody, no credit check, no qualifying. It's not going to be built for like 3 years. That's perfect for a lot of people. Maybe $400 or $500. Well, no, it won't be that because you have $140,000, $150,000 for the 3-bedroom. They have 2 bedrooms, so they're only like 120 or something. But nonetheless, your payments aren't going to be $500 a month. I don't think at that price point. Even if you put 20% down, that would make it 90-some thousand. And then if you have to do 30 or 40% during construction, that's 40,000. Yeah, that's going to be like $1,000 per month, $1,200 per month, I believe, if my numbers are right, somewhere in that ballpark for the 2-bedroom. So it's not like it's going to be, like $500 a month or anything like that. So nonetheless, now is the time though to get in where you can fit in there and what you can afford. There's several opportunities all over the island. Doesn't have to be Punta Cana. It could be San Domingo. It could be Las Terranas. It could be Michis. It could be Puerto Plata, Cabarete. Could be anywhere. Barbacoa, right? So it could be Cap Cana for that matter. By the way, I was looking at something. I got a 2-bedroom, 2-bath in Cap Cana. About, what was it? 80, was it 90? It's either 80 or 90 square meters. Ocean view on the bottom floor, 430,000. I don't know when it was built. But then somebody had a 2-bedroom penthouse unit that they have for sale for like 700,000. So it's all over the map, but they're on the second level. But nonetheless, it's very interesting. I look at Cap Cana as something that's different. It's a community, right? They don't even have anything as far as I know, they should have basketball courts, soccer fields. They got the 2 world famous beaches there. They have world famous golf courses there, but you have to pay to go to the golf courses. So the amenities wise, I don't see the amenities. Maybe somebody's going to show me one day, because living in Cap Cana is your price and appreciation of property goes up because you're amongst 5-star hotels. You're amongst big, nice villas. You're amongst the elites, so to speak. So therefore, the prices keep its value. And it's built with an upscale vibe, right? 5-star hotels, resorts are there. So they have everything for them. And that's the weirdest thing, that as far as you going to do something there, it's like the community is not like a normal community, which is, maybe they'll change it because they still have like 30,000 square miles or something on that for Cap Cana. It's going to be awesome. All right, let me see. Did I leave anything out? Make sure you go check down below in the description box. Please sign up for our email list, because whenever I do videos, I send out emails. Also, go down to the very bottom. That's where the email list is. Don't forget to sign up for some of our social media platforms, you know, TikToks, Instagrams, Facebook groups, Facebook page, you know, some of those places. I post motivational things on and I sometimes can place some videos on some of the platforms where I can't use video promos on other platforms. So there's a little different mix. LinkedIn as well. So go check it out, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody has anything they want to discuss right now before we go, please let me know in the chat room. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, and that's why we always have to struggle with this. Make your money work for you, or buy a business or create a business. There's tools down below in the description box that can help you. And most of the tools start out with the free. Then you can upgrade if you want to get more powerful, right? That's very natural. There's nothing wrong with that. At least they are available for you to be able to start doing some things right now. And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, I love you guys very much. I always appreciate your support. I thank you so much for your support. But on your way out, smash the like button if you haven't already. Share the videos if you haven't already. And subscribe and smash the all notification bell if you would like to become a subscriber. And if you'd like to become a member, then make sure you hit that, well, $sign if you have your cell phone. That's all I know. All right. I don't know what it looks like. Become a member of the channel on the page. Hit that join button if you're on YouTube, desktop version. So I'd appreciate that a lot. And hopefully I'll see some of you November 6th through the 8th, 2023 in Punta Cana to go check out real estate investments and business forum and ideas. So check it out. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.